Now CP3 sat down with his former teammate JJ Redick, and they spoke about the 2018 conference finals against the Warriors, in which CP didn't play the final game of the series in Game 7. And quiet as kept, Andre Iguodala was a main factor in that series, as after the first 2 games, he went out with an injury, and that's pretty much where that whole series flipped. But the narrative nowadays is that the Houston Rockets were pretty close in beating the Warriors, and had CP3 not went out, they possibly would have won. But it's funny because now CP3 spoke on the importance of Andre Iguodala when he hit his free agency during the Golden State Golden years, that he was trying to recruit him to the Houston Rockets.
I'll tell you this, Bubs. I said I was never going to put myself out there like that again, like trying to recruit somebody to come to a team, right? Because I'll just tell you this story real quick. Right after I got traded to Houston, I was in LA, and Daryl Morey and Mike D'Antoni them told me that we had a meeting. The team had a meeting with Andre Iguodala, right? So I went to the meeting. It was at the Montage. I went to the meeting. Team sort of pitched Dre to come to Houston and all this. I won't say what was said in the meeting and all this, but I sort of had this feeling that Dre was gone, right? Leave Golden State. He was a big piece of them, big piece of their team. Man, when he went back and all this stuff, I was like, oh, I ain't doing this shit again because I'm mad.
And people got to understand the importance of Andre Iguodala and the Golden State Warriors. He was able to guard anywhere from the point guard of the other team all the way through the small forward, or even possibly the power forward, depending on what kind of small ball the team was playing. But the importance of Andre Iguodala was very important to Golden State's success. Now, CP3 was also asked to reflect on that 2018 conference finals, as sometimes you don't know when it's your last chance. And I believe in the matchup in 2019 when Kevin Durant had gone out and the series was tied 2 apiece, that was CP3's best chance of winning a championship. But he was asked to reflect on the series from the year prior, which I thought was funny, but still.
I think about it most, Bubs, when I think about the strides that I've made, you know what I mean? As far as how good my body feels now or whatnot. And I just be like, man, you know what I mean? That was probably one of the hardest things to deal with, you know, especially at the time, because, I mean, so much stuff changes when you lose like that, right? Like Trev, like TA, you know, that's my brother. That's my dog. You know what I mean? Like, that next year, he wasn't with us. You know what I mean? Everybody, something changed, you know what I mean, for everybody's career. And I know that happens in sports or whatnot, but
and a lot of teams go through that. I mean, some people assume the team will make the same conference finals or the NBA finals the next season, but none of that's a guarantee. I mean, it's possible that that shot by Kawhi Leonard against the Philadelphia 76ers, that's probably the most peak that team possibly have ever gotten. It could be, historically, if we're looking back through the NBA annals of time, that could be the peak existence of that Philadelphia Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons team. The same thing applies here for the Houston Rockets. To me, their peak was not that 2018 conference finals in which they lost Game 7. Their peak was in 2019 when they had that opportunity to take down the Golden State Warriors with a very thin bench. Because remember, Kevin Durant, all their cap went towards him. And they already had another guy, Stephen Curry, with a supermax contract. So that team's bench was very thin. And for Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson to go after James Harden and CP3 in back-to-back games, especially winning the next game on the road, that pretty much closed the books on the Houston Rockets.
Tone, who's the head athletic trainer in Houston, after we lost that Game 7, I asked him to keep the T-shirt and hat. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Like, we went up 3-2. Well, I don't know if I ever told you. We went up 3-2, so we went to Golden State. And remember, I couldn't play Game 6. Like, I got nauseous on the court before the jump ball. Like, I seriously got nauseous, and Dean took me back to the bathroom because I had crazy anxiety. I never get that type of anxiety when I'm playing. But it's that control thing. Like, I was like, how am I going to be sitting out here and I can't affect this game? And when I was walking out of the locker room to come out on the court, I looked in that little room right there at Golden State. You know what I'm talking about? That was the old arena. But I seen this box or whatnot, and I said, Tom, what's that box? That's the T-shirts and hats that you get. You know, like
Western Conference champions, yeah.
right. So, you know, I was like, damn, I want to put that on. You know what I mean? So, man, we lost that game 6. We had the lead in that one too, right? Lost that one in game 7. We lost that one. I was in a dark place for a little while. A few weeks, I was in a dark place.
Now CP3 once again had a chance the next year. I'm wondering why that wasn't a follow-up question, because that was a situation which is pretty much the roles were reversed. Of course, you know, the Rockets lost a major play in those last 2 games. But Golden State, the same situation happened to them the next year, and the Rockets did not take advantage.